Hello, I'm Dr. Kathleen Berry, proud owner of Pattern Making Academy. Over the past several decades, I have embarked on an exciting and transformative journey as author, researcher, consultant, pattern engineer, anthropometrist, scientist, and garment enthusiast. Driven by a deep passion and relentless curiosity, I have devoted my career to tackling one of the fashion industry's significant challenges, garment fit. Whether you are an experienced designer, a pattern engineer, or an enthusiastic beginner, these sessions are packed with actionable insights and techniques to elevate you to the next level. The sessions also explore the evolution of fit from the past, present, and future, uncovering the complexities that shape the fundamental aspects of fashion. I'll keep this brief as I value your time, but if you'd like to learn more about my expertise and background, I invite you to visit my website at patternmakingacademy.com. There are 9 separate units in Unlocking the Secrets of Garment Fits. Each unit is presented separately under its own title. Here is the table of content for Unit 2, the early artisans. These topics will be covered in this presentation. Early artisans began to gain prominence and become deeply entrenched in society during the 15th century. This period marked a significant increase in the demand for tailored clothing, particularly among the wealthy and nobility, who desired more elaborate and fitted garments. As the need for custom fitted clothing grew, artisans perfected their skills and developed innovative techniques to meet these demands. Their dedication to perfection and ingenuity in experimenting with garment fit set a significant pathway for the future of fashion. These early artisans laid the foundation for craftsmanship and attention to detail, which are valued in the fashion industry today. As we transition into an era of rapid technological advancements, the legacy of these artisans remain a crucial resource in our journey towards achieving perfection. Before the 13th century, women were primarily responsible for spinning, weaving, and sewing cloth. The styles of garments were simple, typically one or two pieces of cloth stitched together with an opening at the front. A corded sash or belt was used to vary the style and fit. The fabric was highly valued during this period as it was time consuming and costly. Garments were simple. Peasants and villagers often had only one set of clothes. These garments were carefully maintained, frequently repaired, and passed down from generation to generation. By the mid 14th century, the art of tailoring emerged, meeting the growing demands for better fitting garment. Tailors became essential in creating more elaborate and tailored clothing, especially for the wealthy and mobility. Early artisans were exceptionally skillful, combining both art and science in their work. Their meticulous attention to detail and mastery of various techniques allowed them to create functional and aesthetically pleasing garments. Deeply dedicated and passionate about achieving the early perfect fit, early artisans put immense effort into their craft. Their commitment to perfection drove them to continually refine their skills and techniques, ensuring that each garment met the highest quality standards. Using creativity and logic, early artisans achieved high standards in their garments. This balance of creative thinking and logical problem solving is a testament to their ingenuity and resourcefulness. The term tailor originated from the Old French word tailleur, which translates to one who cuts. This term describes the primary skill of these craftsmen, cutting fabric to create garments. A craftsman with exceptional cutting skills was honoured with the title of tailor. The earliest tailors were multi-skilled artisans who excelled in cutting fabric and possessed many other skills. They were adept at sewing, fitting, and sometimes even designing garments to meet the specific needs and preferences of their clients. Their ability to combine various skills made them indispensable in the world of fashion and clothing production. The early artisans were highly skilled. They combined artistry with scientific principles, employing systems and rules based on logical outcomes that were reliable, verifiable, and replicable. Their commitment to perfection drove them to continually refine their skills and techniques, ensuring that each garment met the highest quality standards. Early artisans were highly versatile, possessing the knowledge and expertise to create an entire garment from start to finish. Highly respected and intuitive, they were admired for their ability to match patterns to the customer's body shape with precision. Early artisans were dedicated and worked diligently to develop pattern cutting systems that produced well fitting garments. Each artisan had their own unique methods, using distinct markings and symbols to record customers' measurements. These pattern systems represented various approaches and philosophies associated with garment making. Each system had specific methods and measurements tailored to the artisan's style, allowing for a personalised fit that reflected the craftsman's expertise. Artisans took great pride in the superiority of their own systems and were often secretive about their techniques. Artisans who published their pattern cutting methods often described them as scientific. They claimed that garment cutting was both an art and a science, requiring a system that involved constant thought, continuous reasoning, and the application of technical skills. These artisans emphasized that creating well fitting garments was not merely a matter of intuition, but a meticulous process that demanded precise measurements and logical planning. The blend of creativity and scientific principles enabled artisans to achieve high perfection in their work, setting a standard for future generations. Here are the five scientific principles. First one, relevant. What are the measurements for? A survey or blocks? Definable. Are the measurements clearly defined? How and where are they taken? Accurate. Are the measurements taken at the correct location on the body? Valid. Are the measurements the same when repeated by the same person? Repeatability. Can another person replicate the measurements? These principles illustrate the blend of art and science in the work of early artisans, showcasing their dedication to achieving excellence in a garment fit. The early artisans refined their techniques using a systematic and logical approach, ensuring accuracy, precision, and consistency. The scientific model provided a framework for continuous improvement and innovation, allowing artisans to meet the evolving demands of their clients and set new standards in the fashion industry. By embracing these principles, the modern practitioner can draw on the wealth of knowledge and skills developed by the early artisan, combining traditional craftsmanship with contemporary technology to address garment fit issues effectively. Various engineering terminology has been used from the 14th century to the 21st. For convenience, the term pattern engineering will be used here to refer to systems that are the results of following the ingenuity of the early craftsmen, artisans, tailors, pattern cutters, and dressmakers. As we move into the Industrial Revolution and the era of mass production, the meticulous work of early artisans was often sidestepped. The advent of industrial machinery and assembly line production brought about significant changes in the garment industry. The focus shifted from bespoke, handcrafted garments to mass produced clothing that could be manufactured quickly and cheaply. While this allowed for clothing production on an unprecedented scale, it also meant that early artisans' traditional skills and techniques were less in demand. Even in a world dominated by technology, the principles and craftsmanship of early artisans remain a valuable resource for addressing garment fit issues and maintaining high quality standards. As we moved into the Industrial Revolution and the advent of mass production, the meticulous work of the early artisan was often sidestepped. Pressure was on. Three major considerations were what measurements to use, what size to make, and how to label garments. These issues are still significant today. The lack of updated sizing systems, combined with the massive change in the size and shape of the human female body, contribute to ill-fitting garments, as well as adding on to that consumer frustration and the many garments ending up in landfill. The decline of experienced garment fitters. The first fitted ready-to-wear garments often failed to live up to their name, as many required substantial alterations to make them wearable. To address this, workrooms were established in large stores, staffed with experienced personnel to alter the garments as needed. However, over time, these workrooms were eventually closed and customers had to seek out dressmakers for alterations. This shift marked the beginning of a decline in the availability of experienced garment fitters. The expertise and craftsmanship of these professionals are invaluable, and their dwindling presence represents a substantial gap in the fashion industry. The early artisans combined artistry with scientific principles, and here is a brief summary of the work of the early artisans. Thank you for joining me on my journey. I trust that you have found it rewarding, interesting, and of benefit to you in your journey.